Hey everybody, it's Peter here. I've been away for a while. You know how things are, life gets in the way, that kind of thing, and I figured I'm going to jump back on the bandwagon with doing a do-it-yourselfer. So after watching a bunch of Pimp My Setups with Matt Philly, and actually I did do a submission the other day, and seeing some of the setups there, and everybody's big on the LED lights. So what I'm doing is I brought my cabinet down. So this is the cabinet here. As you can see, I've got it already mounted on the workhorses, and there has been some modifications here. As you can see, I've put a side panel so I can put some display cups. I have some pewter mugs that you probably can see in some pictures I posted online. Those are actually brackets that you normally use for mounting tools in the garage. Well, I had a set of interchangeable sonic screwdrivers I bought the other day from the comic store. So what I've done is they actually will mount here, here, and here. And as you can see, I've got a modified pegboard. I'm still debating whether to color this white or not. And as you can see, there's the tool hooks, but they're actually for my props. So things like my Star Trek gear that I've collected over time, and everything else has been laid out nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I finally got a nice set of LED lighting. So here's the manufacturer, and it was at the Home Depot, and the guy said this just came in and this is a pretty good one to use. So let's see how that works out. I did do a test fitting. Here's the cables here. Cables are actually in the bag. Should take them out. Let's see, there's the cables. And just to show that I'm not a liar, yes, this should have been planned out better. So see, there you can go. They all do the wonderful things they're supposed to be doing. And they work great. They have been tested. I did test it. I did mount them, and I figured out on a plan. So what the plan is to start from the bottom end here, and the power supply will be mounted here. I will run along here, and what I have done is I have some old chair molding that I've cut down and put into place. So to get you an idea where they are. So they're going to go here, here, and along the top. And as you can see when you flip it around, I will mount it along the top edge. So it'll be like that. But if you notice, there's a bit of a groove here. So between the top of where my thumb is to down to here, there's the 10 millimeters you need for mounting the LEDs to. So then they will mount underneath these, and they'll act like as a mounting bracket. I'm going to have to drill holes along the way here, and then so I'll be coming up. See if I can't get a better view. So we're going to come up, starting from here. I'm going to actually put a groove so the wire comes in nicely and hooks in. Power supply mounted there with the cord going that way towards the power bar that's up there. Yes, kids, remember, don't do exercise and then start doing recording. I'm out of breath a little bit. So we're going to run along here, go underneath the molding, cut a groove in here so it comes up nicely, tack it along here. Again, there'll be another molding I can tuck underneath. Again, cut a groove so I can run the tape up. And then we're going to go along the top and under the groove. And there's going to be a lot of excess over, so what I can do is make another groove, cut it up that way, pop it along the top. I have like 3 items that I have along the top, and I can just run the cable just flatly along here to show off. I have a display case and 2 little Chinese Buddha type models. They will sit along there, and then once I'm done, everything else will be bring it back up again once I catch my breath, and we're going to put it in. So I will show as I'm going along from time to time what's all happening here. Hope you enjoy, and hopefully also this inspires you to get other ideas as well. with shelving and all that good stuff. Stay tuned. Okay, it's actually coming along slowly but surely. A little out of practice with my woodworking skills, but so far what I have done, as you can see, I have mounted the power supply onto the side. I actually did some 3M tape, but actually there are some connecting screws. I tacked it down, and a little chintzy for now, but I'm just using some white medical tape just over the cabling. There's a piece of 3M just under there and under here to hold that down. So as I said, I've mounted this piece here, which is the molding. Took a couple of tries, but actually I'm just using a mounting nail to hold them in place. And if I can find where I put the remote. Oh, hello remote. Remote, where are you? It's in a safe place like always. So now, test it out. So see there, you can see you get the nice glow under here. And then I cut out a spot in there. Just went with a saw and a chisel, doing it all old school. Actually, it's coming along. It's taking a little bit longer. I started maybe around 3:30, and it's now, you can see the clock in the background, it's coming up on 5. So I'll probably get most of this done by dinner time, or at least half, and I can finish the rest. I'm not rushing into this. For an amateur, I mean, my grandfather was a cabinet maker, but for what I'm doing so far, how it's turning out, and that groove is actually quite nicely. It actually, that's why I had to readjust, because now it fits right under the groove that you can see here. See, there's a little notch along here, and it fits right in there. So if you actually have that nailed right flush against here, then the LED strip tape will actually tack on quite nicely. So that's the next step. Run along there. Now I'm getting a hang of it, and I'm just going to do the next part, and we'll come back to that. Okay, thanks. So here we are. It's 9 o'clock, so I was just doing some little fiddling around and doing some setups here, that kind of thing. So it's ready to go upstairs, and I will show you how it looks. I was going to run the cable up here, and I tried to use the connector that came with. I was trying to use that connector here, and it just comes, but this is like a little cheapy one. From what I've seen, usually the connectors are almost like a USB kind of connector that goes in and out. So hopefully I can find one of those in a hardware store. But as you can see, I've put all the railing in, and the lights are all mounted in the back side. You'll see the final product once I bring it upstairs. As well as you can, I've added another shelf here to complement the other one. That gives me more storage space for little knickknacks, and it's all ready to go. And as you can see down at the very bottom, there's the power hooked up. It's all basically a nice little zigzag all the way at top. What I can do in future, I still have the cutout up here, so if I want to, I can just unconnect from here, hook up. I still kept the rest of I got like another 2 feet plus or 3 feet of strip. So what I can always do is just buy a proper connector, one that just slides in instead of the way that other connector didn't seem to want to go, and then bring it up here, and then I can always run another strip because I have 3 items that sit on the top shelf. So I'm going to bring it upstairs, and we'll go from there. Okay, finally brought everything up, and I hate to say it, I'm not as young as I thought I was. It's easier to carry the bookcases downstairs than I did to bring this silly thing up. I had to do one trip to the main floor, take a bit of a break, another trip to the other floor. So now we're going to get to see. You've got the, like I said, there's the power cord there at the bottom. That's why I had it so it's cord down, because the plug's over to the left. I right now just have it on the oscillating, going through all the different colors. And like I said, I've added the extra shelf. off to the side here, but it still does the job. It still shows off my goodies, and as you can see, I have amassed quite the collection. It was really cool that I got the Klingon Disruptor a while back from the local Silver Snail comic book shop, which is downtown Toronto, and I found out of all the colors that the best one that works, for me anyway, is the white. Looks pretty good, and the green gives a nice effect. Red not so much. Red I find actually shows it pretty good in the camera. So let's leave it on the green, because green's kind of cool. We're on stand down, so everything is safe and good and ready to go, and everything's in place. I still might make some other mounts. That mount that the other sonic screwdriver is on is actually designed for one of the phasers I made a long time ago, but now, like I said, everything's on pegboards. I said one day I may get bored. I really just want to get this done in a day. This was like an afternoon plus project. I mean, I was finished building everything by dinner, and it's all ready to go. You see, not too bad. All the wiring is actually nicely hidden. I've actually put some white tape to conceal. I've actually cut into the wood so you can't see. So I got it so it goes into here, doesn't ride up, and I have it recessed into there a bit, and then just covered over the white tape so you don't see it, and everything else comes up nicely. There are no hard angles in any of the corners, so I didn't have to splice them, because I wanted to avoid that. So I figured if I just do a nice soft turn and go from there. I did have to actually put a bit of extra tape on this one. This was coming down. The 3M tape on there is not so good, but I did buy a roll. It's only like $4 Canadian for that. So there you go, in all its glory. Now, unlike all the cool kids, I can have an LED light to show off all my goodies and toys. I don't think I'll ever get bored and do this display, because this would be a wiring nightmare. I just rather take a daylight show photo and just post it on Facebook, which I usually do. So anyway, looks like I'm going to have to edit this puppy, but I'm going to try and get back in the business again, getting back on the YouTube and start posting stuff again. Probably not as much as everybody else does. I can't see myself doing weeklies or whatever, but maybe I'll get back into doing movie reviews, that kind of thing. My opinion on stuff. I still have a lot of notes on opinion, everything from people don't know how to drive. I mean, I could go on forever about that kind of thing, but you know, I hope you enjoyed what I did. I didn't really go through all the steps, but I think I did a pretty good job for what it was, so I hope everybody enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Be seeing you.